The overall objective of this unit is to impart knowledge on methodologies used for conversion of text to Braille, Braille Translation Software and Braille embossers and their usage in practice. Braille Translation Software is a computer program that converts printed text into Braille code. A Braille embosser is similar to an ink printer in that it embosses or prints the Braille onto paper. A Braille embosser is a hardware device for printing a hard copy of a text document in Braille. A Braille translation software program is required to translate the electronic text from the computer into Braille. Most Braille embossers come with these features. They transcribe print text into embossed Braille output, speech feedback as you use the embosser. Embossers vary with printing speed, line width, and type and weight of paper used. They are available in single or double-sided formats. It is important to consider the following capabilities while choosing a Braille embosser: whether it supports grade 1 or grade 2 Braille, Braille page preview, support of formatting tables, mathematics and symbols, languages available, and the types of files accepted. Transcribers enter text into a standard word processing program, edit it, and then save it as an electronic file. This file is then opened in the translation software. The translation software can be controlled with either keyboard commands or a mouse. The word processor text can be converted into Braille code and displayed on the computer screen as simulated Braille or Sim Braille, which is a visual representation of embossed Braille. Sim Braille appears as black dots displayed on the screen in lines. These lines consist of cells that contain combinations of the 6 dots representing letters, numbers, and punctuation. This display allows sighted transcribers to view the Braille before it is embossed onto paper. Once transcribers have proofread the translation and the formatting, they can issue a command that will send the file to the Braille embosser so that the Braille text can be printed. Most Braille embossers use tractor feed Braille paper, that is 8.5 inches by 11 inches or 11.5 inches by 11 inches. Braille embossers usually have a numeric keypad that controls their settings and features. Some embossers only produce single-sided Braille pages, while others provide double-sided or interposing Braille. While this combination of software and hardware can be used by people who are blind, it is most often used by those who transcribe written materials into Braille. This technology combination allows Braille transcribers to produce larger quantities of Braille than they can with a manual Braille writer such as a Perkins model. This helps to create a much larger library of materials for Braille readers. There are several Braille translation programs available, and the most widely used programs cost approximately around $500. There are numerous embossers on the market, and they range in size from 13.5 by 8 by 5 inches at a weight of 12 lbs up to 12 by 26 by 18 inches at a weight of 45 lbs. Small volume Braille embossers range in price from $1,800 to $5,000, while large volume embossers cost between $10,000 to $80,000. Commonly used products includes Duxbury Braille Translator, Megadots, and Braille 2000. Open source Braille translation programs include NFB Trans or LibLouis. Specific applications provide support for a wide array of electronic document formats that may include ASCII, RTF, MS Word, WordPerfect, PDF, HTML, and XML, as well as the files prepared according to NIMAS textbook or DAISY digital talking book standards. Some products also support math equation formats such as LaTeX, MathType, or MathML. Is it compatible with your computer's platform? Is the Braille translation software compatible with your computer's platform? How does it connect to your computer? What is its embossing speed? Is it measured in characters per second? This information will help you decide when looking at the volume of Braille you are going to produce, and how frequently you will use the embosser. Is the height of characters adjustable? Is it stationary or portable? Do you need to move it between your home, school or work? Consider the weight of embosser. Single-sided braille embossers are more compact and transportable. How loud it is. Consider the environment in which the embosser will be used. Do you need a soundproof case? Does it print single-sided or double-sided? Single-sided braille embossers are ideal for occasional use. Double-sided braille embossing reduces the number of pages and weight of the finished document. This is ideal for those who carry their work around. Does it allow you to work in both print and braille? Does it support graphics? Is there technical support available in case the embosser breaks down? How is the company's customer service support? Do you need special characters or layout in braille? Example for mathematics, scientific or music notations. Consider the Braille translation software chosen, as not all softwares provide the same features. Duxbury DBT 11.2 SR4 contains support for the languages of India, includes all major languages including Indian languages such as Hindi, Marathi, Gujarati, Punjabi, Haryanvi, Bengali, Bangla, Tamil, Telugu, Kannada, Assamese, Oriya, Nepali, Sinhala, Urdu. It runs on 32-bit and 64-bit versions of Windows, supports all commercial braille embossers, provides accurate contracted braille format the way the user wants, localized into English, French, Spanish, German, Danish, Italian, Russian and others. Translator supports over 130 languages in total. Import files from HTML, Word 2003-2013, OpenOffice and other formats. Math translation is available for Nemeth, BAUK, UEBC and French Braille. DBT can also import from many other word processors and other kinds of files from various sources. DBT can also perform similar functions for Moon, a raised line tactile system that can be used as an introduction to Braille or as an alternate reading method in some limited circumstances. It is simple to use. Beginners learn in just minutes, yet its depth, power and accuracy are such that it is used by most of the major Braille production centers throughout the world. It has built-in interline printing to have ink, braille and text together. This makes an easy proofing and teaching tool. It is great for braille impaired too. Tactile graphics. The ability to include tactile graphic files for mixed text and graphic documents, mainly for simple tactile graphics, is supported by DBT. Imports from popular word processors including Microsoft Word and WordPerfect, HTML, ICADD, DAISY, NISO, NIMAS, formatted and plain ASCII and more. Multiple languages on same page allows languages other than the principal language to be embedded in the same file and treated as appropriate for the context. Bidirectional translation, text to Braille and reverse translation of Braille to text is supported by DBT. Customizable views, accurate presentation of both text or Braille in either what you see is what you get format or coded format is available in word processing screen with easy switching between views. Translated view, a translated line showing in the other form in either print or Braille files. Instant help, it is empowered with help screens throughout the program. It has user extendable template library for even more flexibility. It also has spell checker with 3 lakh word dictionary. It comprises of quick find misspelling feature for increased speed and ease of use. It supports all major Braille printers. Cover title page is also supported, allows the first page to have a title in letter graphics for job identification by personnel who do not know Braille. Duxbury Braille font for viewing Braille dots within other programs. It is compatible with JAWS screen reading software for easy access by the visually challenged using the program for producing Braille. The Global Embosser Setup dialog is used to tell DBT about the Braille embosser. User must normally have at least one embosser set up on the system, but any number of devices can be added further. Braille device selection list box. During the DBT installation process, you may have chosen to install one or more embossers. If so, they will appear in this list. If the list only contains no target embosser and you wish to set up one, tap to the New button and press Enter. New button will take you to the embosser setup. General tab, which is one of the three tabs where you may begin the setup process. Modify embosser button. Before you click this button, please ensure that you have highlighted the embosser you wish to edit in the Braille device selection list. This button will also take you to the embosser setup general tab. Remove button. If you wish to remove an embosser device, please ensure it is highlighted in the Braille device list first before pressing the remove button. You will be asked to confirm that you wish to remove the selected embosser as shown in the picture. If you remove any Braille device, DBT sets the Braille device to no target embosser. In such circumstances, you will only have the characters per line and lines per page options available. There are, however, limitations in so much as you may only select between 10 to 160 characters per line and between 4 to 40 lines per page. The Modify Embosser and Remove buttons will be disabled if a user will be unable to save changes to the configuration. So restricted users in Windows will find that these buttons will often be disabled. In Windows Vista version, they will often be disabled if a user has not run DBT as an administrator. Desired Braille document formatting. This section has 8 controls. However, it is important to appreciate that entries here may be constrained by settings in the Global Embosser Setup Device Settings tab. For example, if you have set up a top margin of 2 in the device settings, you cannot have a top margin of less than 2 in this section. Characters per line. Enter your desired characters per line excluding the binding margin. Lines per page. Enter your desired lines per page excluding the top margin. Top margins in lines. Enter your desired top margin in lines. Binding margin in characters. Enter your desired margin in characters. Now we have 3 checkboxes which may or may not be grayed out. Availability of these items is controlled by capabilities of your selected embosser. Emboss in interpoint. This will only be available if your embosser supports interpoint or double-sided embossing. Banner page. This is an additional page which is embossed at the beginning of each file you emboss, giving basic file information. Interline print. This will only be available if your embosser supports interline printing or if you are using the Transcend SE. If you are satisfied with your changes, press the OK button. If you wish to abort this process and return to DBT, press the Cancel button. Please note that pressing OK in this main dialog not only confirms any changes made to this dialog, but also any changes made to the general device settings and advanced dialogs. Take special care to ensure that you have highlighted the Braille device which you wish to be your default for any new documents created. A Braille translation software program is required to translate the electronic text from the computer into Braille. A Braille embosser is a hardware device for printing a hard copy of a text document in Braille. It is important to consider the following capabilities: whether it supports grade 1 or grade 2 Braille, Braille pages preview, support for formatting tables, mathematics and symbols, languages available in the embosser, types of files accepted, etc. Transcribers or special educators enter text into a standard word processing application, edit it and then save it as an electronic file. This file is then opened in the Braille Translation Software. The translation software can be used with either keyword commands or a mouse. The word displayed on a computer screen as simulated Braille or sim Braille, which is a visual representation of embossed Braille. SimBraille comprises of lines consisting of cells that contain combinations of the 6 dots representing letters, numbers and punctuations. This display allows sighted transcribers to preview the braille before it is embossed onto paper. Transcribers proofread and format the translation, then they issue a command that will send the file to the braille embosser in order to have a printed version of the braille text.